What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Ching with Ming, where my whole goal is to help you master your money. So guys, we are on episode 2 of Ladder to Financial Freedom, and today I'm going to walk you through how my money equation has changed through the years. But before we start, I wanted to give you a minute of motivation, something to chew on. So last episode, I talked about a very critical concept, and that's having vision, right? This is one of those times where I truly believe in the power of words. So you guys know that saying, hey, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. I truly do not like the word dreams here. You know, dreams implies a wish. It's fleeting, it's whimsical. It's almost too good to be true, right? I'd much prefer the word vision. If your visions don't scare you, they're not big enough. Vision implies, hey, you have an action plan, you know what you're doing, and you're willing to do what it takes to get there. Vision, super critical. Understand your why. Why are you doing what you're doing in terms of personal finances, as with everything else? I'll give a very dumb, quick example about vision. So guys, personally, I'm not gonna lie. I hate this hair. Like, this hair bothers me so much. Everyone knows that I typically have this really shaved, really buzzed, really clean. But I have a vision for what I want my hair to look like in the next 3 to 6 months. So I'm giving this the chance to grow it out and to see and hopefully make my vision come true. So again, real dumb example, but something to chew on. Vision is super, super critical, guys. So anyways, back to the episode. For today, we have a few key objectives. One, I'm going to walk you through my own personal money equation and how it's changed through the years. And then hopefully 2, you'll understand that your own money equation is a living, breathing concept that you always need to make sure is up to date. So having accurate data here is truly critical because it lays that foundation for everything we'll talk about in the rest of the web series for Ladder to Financial Freedom. Now, full disclaimer, I won't be giving out all the numbers, for privacy's sake. I'm still trying to find that fine line between, my private personal life and this YouTube forum that is very open and public. So guys, like I said in my intro video, my first ever experience with money in terms of earning money was in high school as a teenager, picking up any jobs that would give me a few bucks in my pocket to play around and have fun with my friends with. So that came from, odd end jobs like working at the dollar store, working as a summer camp counselor, working at the local gyms. In terms of my money equation here, money in was really minimum wage, $7.50, $7.25, or whatever it was back then. Money out, in terms of my burn rate, I had no debt, no money I needed to spend, but I spent every dollar on money I wanted to spend, right? So personal profit there was a big fat 0, unfortunately. So my first real taste of quote unquote real money came from my corporate internships in college. So I had 2 summer internships during my undergrad career. My first summer I got paid $14.50 an hour. The second summer I got paid $17 an hour. So for a guy whose highest wage at that time was like $9, these figures were just astronomical, and I definitely went a little crazy. So, I went to Vegas with my best friend, blew a ton of money there. I bought myself a really nice watch for my birthday, or what I considered was a really nice watch at the time, a black on black Armani. I loved it. I still have it today. And again, I spent a ton of money on just fun in terms of burn rate, burning money I didn't need to spend. Now, I will say the one good thing I did financially was I did pay off all my student loans. It was like $3,000 to $6,000. I can't remember how much now. And that wasn't because I was innately smart with money. It was because I have this just huge fear of owing debt. I hate debt. So, and that fear is still true today. So in terms of my money equation there, I had, in terms of money in, $14.50 or $17 an hour at that time. Money out, money I needed to spend. In terms of burn rate was all my student loans. Money I wanted to spend was everything else. In terms of personal profit, like I said in my intro, I had $1,000 in my bank account at the start of my professional career 4 years ago. Guys, going to my professional career, I started my quote unquote real job 4 years ago. And this is where my money equation has changed quite a bit. because a lot of big life moments has happened, right? So as your big life moments happen to you, you also need to readjust your money equation. For me, my big life moments were, one, I moved around a lot. My first 2 years, I moved around every 6 to 8 months because I was part of a rotation program at the company I worked for. So with that, living in a different place, different cost of living, you always need to readjust your burn rate there. 2, I did get a dog 3 years ago. I love him to death. Here's a picture of him. We're here. I'm not sure where we're gonna put it yet, but I love him to death and I do spoil him. That was definitely a shock to my money equation when I first got him. But I did commit to myself and to him that if he is my dog, he will never know a day of struggle in his life. And last but not least, I did purchase a home a little bit over a year ago. Now, as you can imagine, owning a home versus renting, your money equation is completely different. So I had to really readjust for that big life moment as well. So guys, my current money equation as it stands today, right now, as of this filming, my money in is just my regular 9 to 5 salary. That's it. In terms of burn rate for money I need to spend, it's really just the plain vanilla things. I try to keep this as lean as possible. So we're looking at mortgage, utilities, food, and insurance, things of that nature. Burn rate for things I want to spend. I give myself $100 a week for anything and everything that is discretionary. So this could be things like going out to eat, buying anything on Amazon I want, books, even if they're educational, technically I don't need to read them. So I put this in the discretionary bucket as well. And last but not least, gasoline. So this one's a little bit peculiar and I'll explain. So I currently live in Texas. I know a full tank of gas will run me anywhere between $15 and $18 a week to fill up. That being said, that tank of gas will take me to and from work as well as one trip to the grocery store. So anything above that $18 threshold, I know I spent on going somewhere I didn't need to go to, right? So like I said, very peculiar. Anything above that $18 mark for gas, I put into the discretionary spending. So guys, that was the first half of the equation, right? I told you where I get my money and also my 2 different types of burn rates. Now I'm going to tell you where I put my personal profit on a monthly basis. So I really focus on 3 key areas. 1, my Roth IRA, 2, my emergency fund, and 3, my individual stock portfolio. So for the Roth IRA, I max that out every year at the beginning of the year, no questions asked. I invest it and then I let it do its thing as the year goes on. Now, after that, I toggle between my emergency fund and my stock portfolio depending on how I'm feeling that month. So if there's a really good buying opportunity in the market, say Apple is down 5%, I'll buy more stocks. If I had to really pay for something that month, that I had to skim a little bit off the top of my emergency fund, I'll fund more money into my emergency fund that month. So that's where I put my money on a monthly basis. One thing you'll realize is I didn't talk about my 401k because that is automatically taken off the top before my salary comes to my bank account. So if you don't see it, you don't miss it. I do check on it regularly, but I don't consider that a place I put my quote unquote personal profit. Guys, that's it for episode 2 of Ladder to Financial Freedom. Here's your too long didn't read. 1, we talked about having vision. I think vision here is super critical. Understand your why, and that will help you along your money journey. 2, we got real close and personal in me sharing with you how my money equation has changed through the years. And then hopefully from there, 3, you got the key message that your money equation will also change as big life moments happen to yourself, right? For me, my big life moments were, moving around a lot, getting a dog, and buying a home. Having an up-to-date money equation is super critical because it lays the foundation for everything else that we will talk about in this web series. Guys, I hope you found episode 2 useful. As always, I want to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, drop a comment below or message me at Ching with Ming. In our next episode, we're going to talk about where I think you should be putting your personal profits first. So more to come there. As always, like, share, sub, comment. Let's continue to grow our community and build on this momentum. I'm truly blown away by the reception thus far. And like I said in the intro, as long as I'm adding value, I will continue putting out content. So guys, that's it. I'm not rich, but I plan to be. Let's go on this journey together. Much love and stay safe. 3, 2, 1. JK, give me a second. All right, we're recording. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, YouTube? That's too loud. Guys, this is nerve-wracking. Like, my heart's beating so fast. I'm like excited, but you know, this is weird. I'm still trying to get used to it. Anyways, sorry. 3, 2, 1.